In this video we're going to go through Excel Chapter 6, and the instructions begin on page 366. In the book they have their monitor set at 1024 by 768. My monitor is set at 1920 by 1080, so the screen will look a little bit different. But all the instructions will be the same. So we're supposed to start Excel, maximize the window, and then turn to page 368. And we want to select the entire spreadsheet, so we click left of the A and above the 1 here, click on that little arrow, a little triangle. And we want the entire worksheet to be bold. So we can click on the B or just do Control B. And we want row 4, we deselect, okay, and we want row 4 to be 30.75, so we're going to drag this up to 30.75. Okay, that doesn't quite work on mine. But there's another way to do it. Row height is 30.75, and those numbers will vary depending on what resolution you have your monitor set on. Drag the right boundary of column heading A to the right until the width is 13.57. So let's see if that one will work out for us. 13.55 is going to have to be close enough. Select columns B, D, and F. B, do control click, and we want to set those to 12.86. And actually, let's do it this way. Okay. And we want columns C and E. Do control click. Drag the right boundary until the width is 12.14, and we'll do this the other way. Column width 12.14, and column G we want the width to be 14.14. Okay, and then go back and deselect. Okay, in A1 we want City of Calhoun. Press down arrow and Department Expenditures. And we want to type in the rest of the items in column A. Okay, and then we've got some data to put in B4. So let's go to B4 and 2011. Press the right arrow key and type 2012. And Alt Enter will keep you on the same cell but on a different line. And we want percent change. And then we're going to do the same thing in columns D and E and F and G. And after we type those in, we want to go to G3 and we want to type in a built-in function, the now function. And when I type the letter N, all of the functions that start with N pop up. And it's a function, so you have to have the parentheses there. I'll back off here and leave off the parentheses and hit the Enter key, and it doesn't know what I'm talking about. So let's go back here and put the parentheses in to indicate that it's a function, and it'll put the date up there for us. It looks at our system clock and pulls up the date and the time. Okay, and we want a 2-digit year. So right click here and go to Format Cells. And what we want is under date, and let's scroll down a little bit here, and we want this one. Click on OK. There we go. Okay, and now we've got to select A12 and move on to page 369. Let's go to cell B5. That would be right here. Type 1. And they want us to drag the fill handle through all of these cells here. Okay, I selected the wrong stuff. We're supposed to select these two and then click and drag down, and we'll get the numbers 1 through 5 using the autofill feature of Excel. And then we want to go to C5 and type in 2 and 4, and once we give it the first two numbers in a sequence, if we select them and get the fill handle and drag down, it'll fill in the rest for us. Okay, now we're over on page 371, and we want to select cell D5, and we want to use the round function, the word round, and the first thing you have to type in is a number, and it's going to be B5 plus B5 times C5, and then the number of digits that we want to round to the right of the decimal place. So if I type 4 there, we'll get it rounded to 4 digits to the right of the decimal place. Okay, now let's go to E5, and we're going to fill in our sequence of numbers here in column E, and then we're going to go to column F, and we're going to do equals round again, D5 plus D5 times E5, comma 4. Okay, and we want to go to G5, and we want equals round C5 plus E5 divided by 2, comma 4. Okay, and now I'm on number 4 on page 372. Select cell D5, that'd be right here. Point to the fill handle, drag it down to copy the formula. And we want to do the same thing with these over here, so we can select both of them and do it all at once. Okay. And now I'm on number 6 on the top of page 373. Select cell B10 and then click the sum button. So here's cell B10. We want the AutoSum button. And if I click on the down arrow, I get to pick which one I want. I want the sum function. And it's going to try to add the number 2011. Which I do not want, so I can just get my two-headed arrow here and drag it down and make sure I get B5 to B9, hit the enter key, and it'll give me the sum. Okay, we get this little warning indicator over here, and if you click on the down arrow, it gives us some choices. The error says this formula refers to a range that has additional numbers. Okay, there's number 2011 up there, and it's telling us that we're not including that, but we know we're not supposed to do that, so that's fine. We can go over here and we can click on this, and we can tell we want to ignore that error because it's not really an error. And then we want to go to the bottom of column D, and we want to get the sum of all of those numbers. And again, let's drag our fill handle down, or our selection area down. And let's go to column F here and do the same thing. And don't want to include the 2013. Hit the enter key. And now we've got the sums of all of our columns. And now we want to save this. And I'm going to do a file save as. And you can put it wherever you want to put it. I'm going to put it on my SkyDrive. And whoops, wrong folder. And we want chapter 6, and we're going to call this City of Calhoun. And then we're going to put our name on the end and click on Save.